So the Springboks have just announced their side to take on the All Blacks this weekend in the third round of the Rugby Championship, and there have been talks all week about who is going to be available, who might be missing due to injury. The locks were the main talking point, and a few changes have been made for the Boks. But looking through, first of all, at the front row, number 1, Oxnard, number 2, Bongi Umbanambi, and number 3, Frans Malharba. These are 3 positions where we don't see change. It was rumoured that maybe Gerhard Stennekamp was going to be starting this contest. We don't see Steven Kitsoff as of yet. Stennekamp keeping his spot off the bench for this game. Also off the bench, we are going to see that impact of Malcolm Marx with Umbanambi starting in that number 2 jersey in the locking duo. Ebenezer, he was in huge doubt for being able to play this game at Ellis Park up against the All Blacks. He's played the last 22 matches, I believe I saw, up against New Zealand, but he will not be playing this one. Instead, Pieter-Steph du Toit moves into that 4 jersey. It's not exactly unfamiliar territory for that man. We did see him play 5 in the contest up against Australia in the opening round of the Rugby Championship. That was due to the RG Snyman injury. He is also not going to be playing in this game. Snyman instead at number 5, it is Ruan Nokia Murat. He is out with a concussion. The locking stocks became thinner and thinner as the week progressed. They've still got a very good combination here. And I mean, Pieter-Steph du Toit, the perfect situation has happened for Ben Jason Dixon, a man who's played pretty well throughout his Springbok minutes so far, now gets his chance at number 7 up against the All Blacks here. And speaking of that loose forward trio, number 6, it is the captain, Sia Khaleesi. Number 7, Ben Jason Dixon. And number 8, after a suspension that has felt like an eternity, it's Jasper Wiese, finally back in a Springbok kit. He did get suspended right at the end of the Gallagher Premiership, but now he gets his opportunity to start up against the ABs. He'll be excited. They've got Eldrick Lowe off the bench. The 2 men both jockeying for that same number 8 spot. In the back line, it is Kobus Reinach at 9 with Sasha Feinberg Ngome Zulu as the 10. The question marks all week of whether or not it would be Handré Pollard with his experience up against New Zealand. But Rassie Erasmus, he has decided to back the youngster, Sasha Feinberg Ngome Zulu. He had 1 rough game up against Australia. Other than that, he has been absolutely phenomenal throughout his early Springbok career. Out on the left wing, it will be Kurtley Arendse. In the midfield, Damien Diolende and Jesse Creel, so no surprises there for the Boks. Number 14, Cheslin Colby. And then at number 15, this is actually where they've gone Apalele Fasi. Now, Vili LaRue, I don't know if there is some sort of injury, but looking at the squad as a whole, it does seem a lot younger than we are used to seeing for the Springboks when they do face New Zealand. So maybe that is something that has been thought about with the fact that Etzebeth wasn't going to be there, with Pollard coming off the bench rather than starting. Perhaps this is more of a future Bok team than it is those tried and trusty from previous Rugby World Cups. But looking through at the bench, speaking of Rugby World Cups, this man's got a couple. Malcolm Marx at number 16, number 17, Gerhard Stennekamp, and number 18, it is Vincent Cox. So like I mentioned a little bit ago, no Steven Kitsoff as of yet. He's only had very limited minutes throughout the Currie Cup, so they don't want to throw him just yet back into that deep end. Number 19, Mako van Staden, with number 20 being Eldrick Lowe, and 21 being Quagga Smith. So the 6-2 split for the Springboks. They've got Van Staden as the 19, which does mean that Pieter-Steph du Toit, as well as Ruan Nokia, will more than likely have to play the full 80 minutes. Now, I know that there are a few other reshuffles that could take place, but I'm trying to work out who that other locking option is for the Springboks. Normally, it would be Pieter-Steph du Toit. If he was playing 7, he would transfer into that locking duo nice and easy, but in this case, I guess it would have to be either Ben Jason Dixon or Mako van Staden, who does find themselves in the locks if something does go wrong with those starting 2. And let's be honest, with the way that the Springboks locking injuries list is looking, could be pretty likely that we see one of them go down for this matchup. Number 22, this is where they have got Grant Williams, and number 23, Handré Pollard. Cool, calm and collected under pressure later on in a contest. Grant Williams offers you that versatility of being able to play at halfback or out on the wing. So a perfect player to have coming off the bench up against the All Blacks. But nonetheless, That is the Springboks starting lineup and reserves. We have to wait a little bit longer until the All Blacks do announce their side, but as soon as they do, we will be letting you know on the channel as well. But do let me know what you think of Rassie's 23-man side to take on the All Blacks. Who are you most looking forward to seeing, and who are the players you feel need the biggest game here up against the All Blacks? I would say, first of all, Apalele Fassi. This is going to be a massive proving game for that man. He was strong up against Wales when he did play 15 there. Sasha Feinberg, Ngome Zulu. This will be his first start up against the All Blacks. In fact, this might even be his first game up against the All Blacks. So massive pressure on that young man's shoulders. But I'm sure if it's anything like the rest of his test career, he will be able to handle it. Could make it a very close game. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We will be live on the channel doing the commentary as well for this contest. So be sure to check that out. And I will see you all for the next one.